Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a review of the History of the Daleks set 4. This is the most recent numbered release out of the History of the Daleks sets, and it is from the Dalek Master Plan. I am really happy that I've got this set because I really like the flamethrower Dalek. I don't know why, I'm just weird like that, and all sadistic, I guess. But also, I do already have at least one of these. I did get a First Doctor, or maybe I think it was called the Enemy of the First Doctors, which I can't remember which 3 figures it came with, but it came with at least 2 that I can remember, which is a flamethrower Dalek and also a Robo-Man. And as I say, I can't remember what the third one was, but off the top of my head. But as I say, so that now means that I've got 2 flamethrower Daleks. I didn't know that this was a feature or a thing that you could do. I'm not sure if you can only do this with this Dalek or if you can do it with the other one that I just mentioned from the First Doctor set or Enemy of the First Doctor set. But you can remove the flame from the flamethrower Dalek if you really wanted to for whatever weird reason. And it's just this sort of translucent, orangey, reddish sort of plastic, which again has a very nice effect of sort of emulating fire emanating from the Dalek sort of weapon, which is pretty cool really, or at least I think so anyway. And then other than that, it's got its normal sort of Dalek gun stick, which is pretty cool as well. And then obviously each do the standard articulation of, you know, moving left, right, up, down, and then having 3 wheels and whatnot. This one has some quite light blue, baby blue spheres. You've got the sort of silver gunmetal sort of, not gunmetal, sorry, sort of silver slats with the sort of mesh there and these bits there, and then the bolts and that, and then the midsection's just white as well between the Dalek gun and the Dalek flamethrower. It's got silver eye stalk with the blue rings and that, and then you've also got the Dalek eye there, which is quite large, and then it's not like the zoomed in one like that one for example. And then as for the headlights, you've got these sort of yellowy sort of headlights and whatnot, and then very small fenders, so they're not too tall, they're not too big, they're not very big boys, but yeah, the heads can move as well as the eye stalks and that, but yeah. And then on to the other Dalek, which I feel like is a Dalek Supreme. I'm not sure if that's actually the case in the story, because again, I've never seen the Dalek Master Plan. I'm not even sure if it's a full episode, as in like all the episodes survive. It probably is one of the missing stories. But yeah, ironically, it's a black Dalek, and I only say that because obviously it would have been televised in black and white, so no one would have really noticed other than the people actually on the sets and filming it. But yeah, so you've got black, and then you've got these very sort of darker blue, or a bit more of a darkish blue as opposed to that blue, but it's really nice because it pops against obviously the sort of black, and then you've got silver band there, and then the same sort of midsection on the back on both, and then the Dalek bin sort of neck with all the mesh and the rings on top, and then you've got the white sort of midsection between the Dalek plunger and the Dalek stick gun, and then the plunger does do, you know, up, down, left, right, sort of Nazi salute sort of thing. And then this one's iris is a little bit more smaller, but I like that because it just adds a little bit more character and a bit more personality to the Daleks when on display, and just generally if you're a kid buying these, or a man-child like I am, and that you can always just picture these ones zooming in, as I say, to their enemies and whatnot. It's black there on the bit attached to the eye stalk, but other than that it's silver, blue, and then black, and that. And yeah, it's pretty cool really. I think if you missed out the first time round, no pun intended, on the First Doctor or Enemies of the First Doctor set with the flamethrower Dalek, and you really like the look of that one, or the aesthetic of it having, as I say, a flamethrower gun, and you like the sort of black sort of Supreme Dalek, then this is the set for you really. Or even if you just like one or the other, then basically you're getting almost a freebie with the set in a way. And yeah, I'd give this set a solid sort of 7 out of 10. I think for 20 quid you can't go wrong really with two Daleks, and this is a variant that, although a lot of people I don't think really asked for this variant, it's a nice variant to have really, because it's quite a unique Dalek, and especially in the old series. Although one thing I will say is, just like now, this is quite top heavy with the plastic, so you can't really have it if you were to film it in stop motion or for a figure adventure or for photography purposes. It would be difficult to have the flamethrower always there, potentially. So that's a little bit of a disclaimer, I guess, for the set. But nothing too major to bump it down. As I say, I'd give History of the Daleks set from the Dalek Master Plan a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate and subscribe.